I want to give our wish list also. Like, it's just something we want to throw in because there are a lot of really, really amazing girls this year. And like you said, the competition is really tight. It's not like we can single it out on a few girls with our one hand, you know? So it's really hard to pick this year. So our wish list include we
Agad,
both
agad.
agreed on this. South
Agad.
Africa.
South Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
But I couldn't place her in my evening gown and swimsuit, so I hope she makes it in, another category. But
But
South Africa,
her face is so beautiful. It's like old Hollywood
it
beauty.
is. It is.
Although, yeah, I was a bit surprised that she went for Velvet again, like what Demi Lee did during her time in the prelims. But then we saw how
Maybe
that
that's,
turned out for Demi Lee.
maybe that's her thing. I mean, we always say that the Japanese, whenever they send someone in beauty pageants, they always go for the quirky, uh, you know, evening gown. So maybe this is the thing of South Africa. So
Velvet, right?
that's that. Pero naintindihan ko naman yung design direction niya.
Yung look, parang
Oo,
pin up.
it's a look. Alam mo yun? Yung it's
It's a look, yeah.
parang may thought process siya. Kaya manahimik kayo.
Yeah. Okay, the next one. She's been making waves, and we both agree on her being part of our wish list as well. It's Miss Universe Singapore.
Yes. Honestly, when she started in this competition, because Southeast Asia is a really strong region, and because she wasn't really active on social media, people really didn't even realize that she was competing. But it was such a good move that before she left, she chopped off her hair. It made her look fresh. It was a different flavor to someone in pageantry at Miss Universe to chop off your hair and make that last minute decision. And then in the pre-pageant activity, she showed character. She is funny. She is unapologetic. Ang fun kasi parang these are the exact type of girls that you encounter here in the Philippines. They're fun, they're flirty, I don't know, they're kind of tomboyish, they're super frank. I mean, I like this vibe. This is so guess what? I'm kind of drawn to her. I don't understand
Yeah.
why. I mean, some other people would say, this isn't
Because
someone
she's
who has
very
finesse.
spunky. Yeah, she's very
Spunky.
spunky.
Oo.
And
Swag. May swag.
trivia. Yeah, she's
Ayan.
I was schoolmates with her. So,
Ay.
kabatchmate niya yung brother ko, si Josh.
Si Josh.
Yeah, so we grew up together. And she was already pretty when she was still young.
Ano
One
bang
of those
eskwelahan
girls.
yan? Ba't ang dami magagandang matatangkad
Chinese
yan?
school.
Hindi
Chinese
ako pwede
school.
siyan.
I love Miss Singapore's transformation because you can see how her game changed the moment her journey officially started in Miss Universe. You can really see how she made the most out of every opportunity and also create opportunity for herself. Like, she didn't waste a moment in the competition. And she made a lot of statements like the Stop Asian Hate. That's a very relevant issue right now. It was an easy guttural issue to tackle, but she was the only one who did it, you know? So kudos to her. And I love her evening gown also. I would have, like, it would have fit someone who's taller because the design is big and the camera angles of Miss Universe is
unforgiving.
Is quite chopped, but it looks nice sidewards. But I like how it's still, even though it's not super flattering on her, I love how it's consistent to her styling all throughout also. And a good transition from the Natos. Nax, do I sound like you na?
Kairita. Pero yeah, that's true. Wala lang. This is like something really fresh for pageantry. We have someone who isn't calculated, who doesn't move as if she's supposed to, fix herself up or like put her shoulders like this. She's very relaxed. So I don't know. I mean,
She came in
the
her
day.
own mold.
Exactly. Oh, I have a little bit of a trivia for you. One of my media friends, Edge from Pageantology, she dug up,
Hi, Edge.
ayan, oh, kilala mo si Edge. So she dug up a video of, I don't know if it was the last time or it was the only time. I have to brush up on my history, that a Miss Singapore got into top 5 in 1983.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Edge posted a video, and the representative at that time happened to have the same hair. So she compared a
Wow.
video or a photo of Bernadette with that footage from 1983. And, that gave us goosies, that gave us, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a hint that maybe the judges would really take a look. Because anyway, I think all these talks about Sash Factor is just in our heads.
Mm-hmm.
People from the pageant community. But what about the judges? Maybe they have no idea, how someone is so strong. So if that's what they're seeing, something so graphic, something that's so powerful. Even Diet Product picked up on
Yeah.
Bernadette Stop Asian Hate message. So if
Yeah.
she's, doing all of these and getting that impact on the global scale, I mean, come on, Bernadette, something to look
Yes.
into.
And by far, she's been the Miss Singapore who has represented her Singaporean culture well. Because previously, it's like they haven't really showcased this level of culture in their attire. She even shared how she brought yung ano, dalandan, yung kyat-kyat. How do
Yeah,
you say kyat-kyat in English? Yeah, she brought the mandarin oranges, right?
Mandarins,
For
yeah.
good luck, I think, or something. And then she even choked on the seed. So I think it's a
Quirky
really
nga,
good
di
touch.
ba?
Yeah. And
Quirky,
she
oo. Yeah, I think she had a really good swimsuit, but forgettable. Good but forgettable. Meaning to say, hindi siya nagkalat. But I wish we had more of a wow moment with her evening gown, because I started realizing of that wow factor when I started looking at the photos. So it did not translate in videos.
which is usually the case.
So parang it did her dirty.
Yeah, but at
So
least I'm
sayang.
thinking na lang that the judges probably got a better view.
And
And
I hope
hopefully it has a good bearing.
I hope she makes it also, because Miss Romania is fighting for history this time. She's one of
Mm.
the heavy favorites this year. She's been quite consistent from the time that she was chosen to represent Romania. She previously represented Romania at Miss International against Atisa Manalo and Miss Supranational. So we're dealing with someone seasoned, very young but seasoned.
Mm.
So if she makes it to top 20 or even further herself, this will be a first time for Romania. So that's why Baguettes is like really into it right now. So she has to just be a little careful with styling, because as we all
Mm.
know, maybe because they have new people coming in, the styling team is a little on the excited side. They want to really showcase their talent. So these girls just have to make sure that they take the reins when it comes to their styling decisions.
Yeah, these are crucial decisions you need to make. Come finals.
Next on my list is Canada's Nova Stevens. Why is she not on your list though? That's what I want to know.
I feel like she had a very strong momentum before the pageant, but
Mm-hmm.
during the pageant, like she wasn't even pulled out for interviews.
Oh, oo nga no. Oo
Diba?
nga no.
So
Oo
I
nga
feel
no.
like she lost momentum. That's it. That's really just it. So like compared to the girls that we did put on our list who had like more consistent or more powerful snowballing momentum, I feel like she faltered because she was deprived of the opportunity, I feel. I don't know what went on there, but we already know like she's already been an established good speaker. We know how she can carry herself. She's our superhero
Demigod.
demigod, yeah.
But yeah, just like Peru, I'm a little surprised that she isn't on our list. Now that you mentioned it, that she wasn't pulled out for interviews, I am a little surprised why that was, because
Right?
the whole time I've
I
been
thought it
losing
was just
sleep.
me. Like, is it like me off the radar? Because
Mhm.
obviously you monitor more, but I only get to see like the bigger events.
Yeah, I mean, now that you
Right?
pointed it out, I haven't been reposting materials about her, and this has nothing to do with whatever rift we have with calling out racist comments and things like that. Because
That tension,
usually
yeah.
I get past that. I'm usually just for the eye candy factor of posting things on our Instagram page, and she has produced a number of eye candy,
Like the
materials.
last Cinco shoot, di ba? Tama?
Yeah,
She had
uh-uh.
a Cinco shoot and she was stunning.
But oo nga, no? So, I don't
Right?
know, something
No,
must
I
have
swear
been
there are a lot of
amiss.
girls that were
Uh-uh.
deprived of opportunities and exposure. Like it just wasn't enough, really.
Mm-mm-mm.
Unless you're super social media savvy and you make things happen for yourself.
Diba? Pag ganyan, you make things happen for yourself. You create your own story, your own buzz. Vietnam. Why is she not on your list, Nicole? Because
Why is that
everybody
always your
is...
first question? I don't ask you that.
Hindi, wala lang. Parang, minsan kasi nagulat ako, ang dami nila eh. Sabi ko, shoot, saan ko ilalagay itong mga tao? Pero,
Because
ano
once again,
perspective?
I haven't heard her speak, and we already know that 60% of the bearing is closed door interviews. So I feel
Okay.
like I just don't have a basis. And we already know that Vietnam always gives us the best national costumes, the best outfits,
Mm,
evening gowns, like no fail. They're already consistent with that. So I don't have new content for me to put her on our top 10. Although,
but
of course, if she would make it, that would be really nice.
I am curious because we're talking about Vietnam now. I just want to know, as a pageant girl, as a pageant coach, as a trainer, or whatever slashing you have there under your belt, I want to know which has more weight to you? Somebody who speaks really well, or somebody who has a legit advocacy or social work that's consistent?
Okay, so what you're asking is all in the on the side of communication though, right? Like in
Oh.
pageantry, we tend
Yeah,
to group all that together.
yeah.
Huh. I think it will always be to be able to communicate it, like to
Communicate.
speak really well. Because you know how even though you have like a very strong advocacy, but you don't know how to tell the story and you
Mm,
don't know how to persuade people to empathize with you and the people that you represent and intend to help, it would really be just washed out. So if you can't communicate a good cause, it'll be to the detriment as well. So I think we should still put that on the forefront because I think it could be a really simple cause. I feel like if you, as long as you have the heart to help anyone, diba? Like you can't put the hierarchy also like, okay, hers is like an animal cause, this is a human cause. Like you won't
which
think
one has
less
more
of
weight?
any of them as long as you want to help, right? And you can persuade people to get in on the bandwagon with you and inspire a movement. I think that's a more powerful skill to have.
I
And I
see.
thank you. Sure.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Nicole. The reason why I asked you this is because I was just surprised that I couldn't fit Vietnam in any of the list. She, for me, aced swimsuit,
Everything.
everything, because this girl has been training since last year. The org has always been very evident in her preparation. So we are dealing with someone well prepared and well taken care of. Now, you mentioned that your reservation about her is maybe her ability to communicate. So that's why I asked you which has more weight, because I do know that Tran Kanban is also known to be very showy with her social work and her advocacy.
Yeah, I've
So
seen it too.
I just want to know if what's going to be enough to propel her to the top.
Com
Tsaka
skills
yung,
talaga
alam mo,
yun.
pati yung bait nila, consistent eh. So siguro
Oo.
com skills nga talaga. Moving on.
Anyway. Oh, this is my
Tama.
it's my turn now. Like you have a lot
Yes.
on your wish list.
Sorry naman.
No, I don't mind, girl. At least everyone's represented. Okay, so next on my wish list is magigigil ka sa akin, but USA only because
Grabe ka naman. Gusto ko naman.
no, because I know that you like her, but let's be honest, she wasn't off to a good start. Prior to the season actually beginning, she's my bet, like she's up there because she has been my favorite Q&A from this year. Because she can answer political questions in a very relatable way. Just check out this Q&A review I did. But she's my favorite in terms of Q&A. She's a powerful speaker. But then she hasn't been giving us the looks that we need. So, yeah, that made her belong to my limbo list of my unsure placements. But I saw her look again in the preliminary competition, and I'm like, girls back in the game. Although during the evening gown, she kind of got washed out a little bit again. Although in the Nat Gauze, she was good also. So it was just that inconsistency. Pero pagpapasukin yan sa top 10, top 5, lagot.
True ka naman dyan. It's just that for me lang kasi, there is a part of me that wants to go and go against the system, and the system dictates that USA gets the automatic placement. I just feel that although she did really well this preliminary competition, I just feel like it wasn't enough of a reason to really convince everyone that she is worthy of that token placement. Now, I know a lot of people will say it only matters in prelims. If you do really well in prelims, yeah, I get that. But I don't know. I just always have that sinking feeling when you already have that automatic placement anyway, and you don't push yourself to be the hostess with the mostest or give it your best shot. So I don't know. I just feel like even with a really good performance in prelims, that the lazy factor is climbing up that Tita Lavinia barrier. And I don't like girls who are lazy. This is a once in a lifetime chance, girls. And when you grow old and wrinkly, you can always say, once upon a time, I was a Miss Universe contestant. And
I wore sparkles and glitter every day. Okay, the last one on my list and on our wish list is Australia. Also because I loved her Q&A during her national pageant, but she kind of got lost in the crowd again. Although when she does step on that stage, she reminds you why she's a strong candidate. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but is it enough to secure your spot at the top 10? So that's it for me.
Yeah, I have the same observations as you. I mean, I'm not oblivious to the fact that I was doing a live session earlier, and a lot of the commenters there were saying, Tita, Australia is lost. What do you mean is lost? Did she disappear? Because I remember there were talks about Miss Israel disappearing completely. And now we know that it had something to do about quitting because of what happened in Israel and Palestine. So it was like, I don't know, maybe a moral decision to do that. But when I was doing my live session, that was the only information I knew all about Miss Israel. So when I was reading through the comments and they were saying, Tita, nawala si Australia. And I was like, did she physically disappear just like Israel? Or what is this? And later on, I figured out that they were referring to Australia being totally lost in the competition, that she wasn't as competitive as how she packaged herself to be. So
given that we were so crazy about her styling prior the start of the season.
May disconnect lang this year. I don't know. Parang hindi na-sustain yung hype. For me lang.
That's a real test, girls.